League. Cavaliers in the wine and the gold, and Cleveland will get the first touch here. We welcome you to the pavilion. Didn't take long for Riley Minix to get up a three-point attempt, missed, but the long rebound out of bounds to Indiana. We saw that yesterday, a lot of three-point shooting early. Neither of these teams had summer league action prior. We're not playing in California or in Salt Lake City. So first chance to get off the blackboard and on the floor.
Yeah, it takes time to settle in, get a feel for it. They've only had a couple of practices, so you got to understand the spacing and the ball movement will not be what it will be maybe later in the week. And there's Malik Thomas. The guy's just a bucket. He finds ways to score.
Malik Thomas with the basket. Naquan Tomlin had the steal. Indiana will look for its first bucket. We were at the Thomas and Mack Center yesterday for our 4 games, and that's the main arena where Nevada, Las Vegas plays its games. Another steal. Naquan Tomlin this time going to finish it off himself.
How alert. Tomlin back-to-back plays, getting in pass lanes, knocking the ball around away. Terrific job right there.
Peter will get off the shot. Taylor Peter, rather. Sorry, missing that one. Tomlin has it for Cleveland. Going to point out just the cozy atmosphere we have. I haven't been in the pavilion in a couple of years.
Well, they usually put you in the main event, but you know, today,
I follow you, and you're a main event guy.
With me today. I understand that.
It just this has more of that summer league feel. If you came here a long time ago, back when the summer league began, thinking like the Kevin Durant, Greg Oden year. Many of the games that were played here, and this is the place to be right now for basketball. Just a convergence, not only of the players and the coaches, but of all of the different players in college basketball and agents and opportunity. That's what's here right now.
It's the epicenter of basketball right now. Nationally, internationally, Rick Mass, nice job running the floor. The big fella from Nebraska helped lead Nebraska to the NCAA tournament and a win, their first ever win in the NCAA tournament.
I believe you pointed out to me Fred Hoiberg in attendance here this afternoon. Malik Thomas with the miss, rebounded by Mast. Braden Smith, we mentioned, number 3 in white, as Mast takes the 3 and connects right there. Braden Smith is from Westfield, Indiana, a suburb of Indianapolis, so a lot of local ties, and of course played at Purdue. Not a contact, a late whistle, and a charge is the call against Cleveland and Ernest Uday.
Offensive foul, number 38, fouled by Brown.
Good little ball reversal. Mass is extremely skilled, can stretch the defense. He's basically a stretch 5, very good passer at Nebraska. They played him basically at the hub of their offense in the middle of the floor.
Smith unable to handle.
This is where Thomas, I really think, can impact the game. His length and athleticism. He is a very good long defender, but he's got to stay on the ground.
Yeah, had a nice job of defending and staying in front. Got him off his feet right at the end for the foul there. These are 2 teams that are very similar in that Cleveland made its way to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Pacers, a lot of people forget, 2 years ago were in the finals, and they're going to get healthy with Tyrese Halliburton and Ivica Zubac coming over in the trade last year, that a lot of people are forgetting are going to be among the top 6 in the East, potentially.
I think the Pacers are for real, and they're one of those teams that we're not talking about enough as one of the teams that has a chance to win. Free throw, 1 free throw counts as 2 points.
That's a good point. Might have our first viewers watching for the first time today. A G League rule that's been in effect for the last few years. Doesn't matter if it's a 1-point free throw, if it's 2 free throws, or 3 free throws. You get 1 chance for all the points. Late clock now, Malik Thomas. And the whistle and the foul on Tamin Lipsey.
Thomas is really versatile offensively. He can really shoot the 3 and extend the defense, but his size and his ability to get to the basket, he has the great job of finishing around the basket, has different angles of his release, and always plays on balance.
You mentioned on the other end of the floor, that's where he's going to grow or needs to grow.
Yeah, and that's where he's going to earn playing time. When you're a player like Malik Thomas, you've got to be a 2-way player. And his length, he has the potential to be an elite defender. Costs him 6'6", almost 6'7" wingspan. He's got good feet, good anticipation. And you watch, he will challenge the basketball and try to pressure the basketball and be disruptive at the point of attack.
It's a 2-point free throw that ended Indiana's 7-0 run. Pacers a 1-point game. This is Jalen Slauson with the ball with 5 to shoot. Poked away. Uday got a hand on that one. Pass inside, stolen. There's that passing ability. Nice little show and go. Braden Smith can't convert from the perimeter. We'll get another chance. Peter from distance missing. Both teams off to a rough start here this afternoon.
Nice.
And there's the first as Minix puts it in. Quick three off target.
Take a bad shot, basically starts the fast break for your opponent.
Both teams trying to settle in here. Well, you mentioned it earlier, Seth. You get time to practice. You're putting in really concepts and plays, and it does take a while to get your feet running. Timeout. We're at the under 6 timeout at 5:58 to go, just underway from the pavilion.
A future in basketball, so I probably shouldn't have been skipping class.
It's a great story, Taylor. And Seth, it really is amazing when you think of all the kids that have dreams to play in the NBA and to come from that background where you didn't play organized ball till junior college and now you're on an NBA team is pretty remarkable.
There's a lot of different journeys to get to the end result, and not everyone's journey is a straight line. The road to success is always under construction. There are roadblocks and detours. It's not those roadblocks and detours, it's how you handle them. And to watch this young man and see how he's playing, the success he had at Kansas State when he transferred there, his skill set, and he appreciates it because he understands he can look back at that journey.
Told you started in JUCO. Seth mentioned Kansas State, had a year at Memphis, and then when we began this game, we talked about he lit up Summer League with 20 points a game his first year. Block shot by Slauson of the Summer League Pacers. Rink masked from distance as teams continue to struggle from outside. Look at Rashawn Agee, undrafted rookie, Texas A&M with the ball. Jackson Robinson getting some run now for Cleveland as they work it to Tristan Enaruna.
Enaruna's worked very well traveled, but extremely skilled.
And Enaruna puts it off the glass and in. He played really well in the G League last year, was their most improved player.
Cleveland State, Kansas, Iowa State, G League.
21 points per game in the G League a season ago. Agee gets on the deck for that one, and a whistle and a foul. Tristan Enaruna, you mentioned Cleveland State right down the road.
Yeah, little hesitation right there. Nice job of getting low. Little man wins when you're driving straight line, and a really nice finish. And these guys are all trying to find and carve out a spot to get an opportunity to either get a two-way, get on the main team. A lot of these guys will be in the G League next year, or get an opportunity to go overseas and make some money. And I think that's going to be the interesting thing, as these guys, their approach is going to be interesting to watch. Right? Be the best version of yourself, not someone else.
And you get four of those at least four, but everyone's going to play a fifth game as Enaruna lights one up from outside. Offensive rebound, Agee.
Agee had a monster year at Texas A&M this past year. Really skilled, big and physical. Question like who he defends on the other end, but a fierce competitor.
Team SEC averaged almost 9 rebounds a game at Texas A&M.
Xavier Lee in the game. Spent 3 years at Princeton. Last year did a really nice job for Florida.
44 in the wine uniforms, and a travel and a turnover against Indiana and Tavion Kinsey.
It's taking time for both of these teams to settle in. Settling for threes, not getting the ball reversed, not attacking and getting clean stops where they can make plays for each other. Jackson Robinson, this kid is a big time shooter.
Trying to get it to Agee on the pick and roll. Here's Enaruna with a tough fadeaway shot off the iron. Taman Lipsey, a 4-year guy at Iowa State. Off the glass, but a rebounding foul will go against Cleveland.
The big thing about the NBA, Kesty, the best teams play with great spacing. And spacing is created by shot making. And, right now, Shot making's a little suspect. His court is shrinking.
The 2026 NBA Summer League action continuing on Prime and ESPN networks. Today on Prime at 8 Eastern Time, the third and fourth picks in the draft will go at it as the Bulls and the Grizzlies will play. Then Oklahoma City and the Lakers tomorrow. Prime has Miami, Orlando, Indiana, and Philadelphia.
That'll be a fun matchup.
I was going to say, chance to catch up on what's going on with Carlos Boozer and Caleb Wilson.
Cam Boozer,
sorry. Dad Carlos. I'm going to do that more than once.
Very good genes, by the way.
We have a little kitty here for giving fathers' names to the surname. I'll put in a $5 chip.
Caleb Wilson might have the highest upside of any of these rookies.
He's not getting as much publicity as everybody else.
He missed the end of the season with that broken hand, but he plays hard, runs the floor, gets to the offensive glass, impacts the game offensively, defensively. Fun to watch him play.
Peter got a little too deep, but got fouled, and they'll have a chance at a two-point free throw with 3:15 to go here in this first quarter. So we had that Indy 7-0 run early. Cavaliers have scored the last 6 points. Been a low-scoring game, low-percentage shooting game so far early on.
And that's happens in Summer League, especially early on, especially for these young players. They don't know where they're getting their shots from. The ball gets stuck just about a second, and when that ball doesn't move and doesn't have energy, hard to get an open shot, a step-in three or a kick out. But as this week goes along, you'll see the ball have greater energy and the ball move a little bit better.
Jalen Peter missing on the free throw. You asked me like 7 times yesterday if I like the new free throw rule, and I'm not sure if I do. I think it's an interesting experimentation. As Dane Goodwin scores on the layup there, I would just think as a competitor, you missed that first one, you want to get that split. I know that rule goes away in the final 2 minutes of the fourth, but delayed,
which is when the game is decided.
Delayed response to your many questions yesterday.
My many questions.
Yes. I think we've had really good rules that we've worked through the G League and through Summer League that the NBA has adopted. That one I'm waiting on. We'll see. See if it grows on me over the next 10 days. That brings us to the under. Get here this year. Maybe think about getting it next year. I think this is my 10th Summer League. I've lost count now, but it is it's obviously growing year by year, but just a great opportunity to get the up-close NBA experience.
1 year in Summer League, you did every single day.
I did. They did give me a couple of days off.
That's the all-time marathon man.
I've had 2 Summer League records. Are you interested in hearing either of them? As Mass puts it up and in for Indiana.
And has the versatility of Mass. Always interesting to find out about you, Kesty.
Yeah, it's all about me, as you know. One was that, I did go the distance in Summer League. I think it was 10 years ago, as Goodwin takes a three-pointer and misses. And Aruna, the tap one, no. Second try won't go. And Indy comes up. The other one, we actually set yesterday. It's a co-record with you. We were on the air for 4 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, I like this one.
And never said the name LeBron.
And you just broke the record then.
Well,
you couldn't be patient.
I
mean, we got the Cavs here. We might talk about that,
so
but you just couldn't help yourself.
That was my entree into talking about LeBron James sweepstakes going on right now. Is a number of teams, rosters, a little bit on hold, trying to figure out where the King is going to play in the 26-27 season. And one of those destinations is obviously a team he's played for twice already, and the area in which he grew up would be the Cavaliers. I think it'd be an interesting
would you like that?
Final bookend to the story. And it's also, from a team perspective, with a team that got to the Eastern Conference Finals. If I don't know, there's been a lot of debate if that's his best opportunity to win a championship, but clearly wherever he goes, he wants to be able to compete for one.
It would be fascinating if he went back to Cleveland, but it would be fascinating wherever he goes. And I think the interesting thing is you said we haven't talked about it in 2 days, but it is probably the biggest decision per se that's kind of hanging over Summer League right now.
That's what we're still waiting on. Is Aruna misses a three-pointer. Well, I don't know if you have a favorite. I don't know if I know you have Seth's superlatives, but you have a city where you think there's the best chance, or 1 or 2 or 3 cities where you may end up.
Well, I don't think he fits in Miami. I mean, nothing against Miami, but I don't think they'd have great spacing if he went to Miami. So, I mean, like, how can you play him and Giannis and Bam and have any type of spacing? Even though I like him to go somewhere he can play 4 and even small ball 5.
Golden State might be one of those teams.
And that's the place. Now the problem is, you talk about the West. The West has those bigs.
Right. And you may want to get out of the West.
And you might want to get out of the West against that. So.
And so if you take it back to the East, Cleveland, and would you put Philadelphia on your...
Philadelphia would be really interesting. I mean, you're talking about he could play up front. He's going to play with a dynamic young backcourt, depending on what, obviously, if Embiid can stay healthy. That would be really interesting what it would do to the East, with all the questions with the Celtics and with the Knicks doing what they did. And Cleveland, obviously, continuing to improve their situation. I mean, I think it would be fascinating.
There are many that think the Timberwolves would be the best landing spot for him as Minnick scores for Cleveland. Well, it'll be fascinating. I'm waiting, at any moment for the phone to buzz and Shams to have the tweet for us. But it sounds like it.
Where's Shams when you need him?
It may not be this week even. And, the one person who really, really wants to know where he's going to go, and that's the guy who puts the schedules out for the NBA.